Three different Splatoon games, many different specials. Some good, some not so good. Love 'em or hate 'em, I actually give Nintendo a lot of credit for consistently coming up with new ideas and concepts for specials in this glorious series regardless of how well put together they actually are. As for Splatoon 3, I really doubt we'll see any new specials added at this point, but we can always hope for Splatoon 4. So here I present a dozen very rough drafts of specials that I think would be pretty cool to have in the next game. Now some of these might seem a little bit abstract, so don't take them too seriously, because these are just ideas and this video is primarily for creative purposes only. Escape Pod. Splatoon players tend to be quite divided about panic button specials. Old Bubbler, Splashdown, Baller, and Old Kraken are some good examples.
And our latest edition,
the Escape Pod. I'm sure you're all familiar with how regular escape pods work, but you've never heard of an escape pod like this one. Unlike how most escape pods work, where they just eject you from a sinking ship or a burning aircraft, this one allows you to escape from any fight wherever you are, no questions asked. It's kind of similar to super jumping. Here's how it works. Imagine you're in a sweaty 1v1 with an opponent and you want to escape, but if you opt for super jumping, your enemy will easily shoot you down before you can exit. Thankfully, you have the escape pod as a special. You use it and you're launched high into the sky, but not too high to where you could fly over to the other base. While in the sky with a parachute strapped to your back, you control where you float and you are automatically restored to 100 HP. Additionally, when you use the escape pod, a sphere of rocket boosters will shoot up from the ground where you used it. Bubble Sector. Bubbler. Perhaps a bit too broken in Splatoon 1 and perhaps too weak in Splatoon 3. But this new bubbler hopefully bridges that gap. Introducing Bubble Sector. A bubbler that operates similar to Splatoon 1's but has 4 weak spots. The process is simple. Hit the 4 weak spots at least once and the bubble shield falls, leaving the player exposed to damage. To make it reasonable, weapons like blasters or rollers wouldn't have to separately hit each individual weak spot. Impacts from blast radiuses and flicks could take down 2 at once. And for shooters, since y'all have it so easy, you gotta hit each one each time. Haze Phase. Ever since Splattercolor's screen entered the Splatoon franchise, it's done nothing but really just cause trouble for all sorts of reasons, at least in the competitive scene. What about Blooper from Mario Kart though? That guy's pretty harmless, right? Today we combine the two to get Haze Phase, a blooper-like Splattercolor screen effect that can automatically be inflicted on the opposing team. Rather than having to throw a screen of impaired vision hoping your opponents walk into it, I'm taking the special a step further by incorporating Blooper's role of automatically applying it. Obviously the animation won't feature Blooper because this ain't Mario Kart, but the same principles apply, you get the idea. Bat Bombs. Remember those giant bombs from Splatoon 2's final boss? Well, today they have made it to online battles, but bombs this big need something with more power to throw. Something like a bat might do. Blueprint. Ever been in a tough situation with your team and wish you had more cover? Well, this new special is just for you. I've never played Fortnite before, so I don't know how close this resembles that game, because I know there's a lot of building involved in Fortnite, but with this Blueprint special, you'll be provided with a preset of different building type constructs you can summon to appear. And these constructs will probably last 10 seconds or so, but they won't just like magically appear out of nowhere. There would be a little animation signaling that a blueprint is about to be built at this location on the map. Seeds. Staying on the theme of defensive specials, say hello to Seeds. Similar to Ink Strikes, you get 3 seeds to throw anywhere you'd like. When they hit solid ground, they will instantly sprout up into trees you can use for defensive purposes, or offensive if you can make it work. The idea is that you'd throw them on portions of your side of the map to provide cover from the controlling team. But I'm sure y'all can find ways to break the intentions of the special, so have at it. Death Notes. No, the name of this special does not have any relation to the Death Note from that one anime, but I hope you anime fans appreciate the shoutout. Rather than having an ink vac strapped to your back, you now have a rock and roll guitar. How does this guitar work? You know how the Booyah Bombs need Booyahs to charge up? Well, when someone on your team booyahs, it will trigger a death note to play from the guitar. If you aim correctly, your opponent will be hit with a death note that deals 20 damage. Now that might not seem like much, but considering each booyah will trigger a note to play, I think anything more than 20 damage per note would break the game since you can spam booyahs pretty quickly. Something to play around with for sure and test to see if the damage needs to be increased or decreased. Benshley. If the name is already making you cringe, relax. I'm not a white mom making up another crazy baby name. Once I explain, you'll understand why it's called Benshley. Now, I don't play too much Salmon Run, but we're all familiar with that one boss, right? It's probably one of the easiest bosses to take down. But since we're such a highly advanced society, I'm bringing the Maz into battles as a special with some upgrades. Its jump radius will be larger and its kill speed will be quicker, meaning that once you see it signaling to come up, its actual bite will occur faster. Oh yeah, and since it's originally called Maz after the movie Jaws, I thought it'd be honorable to name it after the man who created Jaws, Peter Benshley. Xrays. Thermal Ink sucks as a main ability, but it might work better as a special when all of your other teammates can utilize it. The X-ray glasses are special glasses that allow you to see where your opponents are located using the thermal ink effect. Now some of you might be thinking, well, what if I already have thermal ink applied? Well, then the effect of each opponent that the thermal ink's on will last until they have died. Maybe that would incentivize players to actually use thermal ink. I don't know, it's a hopeless ability. Extensions. For any charger players out there, this one's for you because it's a charger only special. As a lifelong Splatoon player, I've always felt like specials just feel and operate differently on chargers, so it's about time they get a special all to themselves. I'm aware most chargers already have a lot of range, but the extension special will now allow for any charger with the special to double its range for a brief period of time. Imagine how scary E-leaders will be during this special. Oh man. Sticks. I don't know about you, but I hate how so many walls in the Splatoon stages are uninkable, unclimbable. It's unbelievable. That's why I invented Stick Special, a small amount of gluey substance that allows you to climb up anything you see. No time limit and no recall like Zip or Inkjet. Use it how you want to, but use it wisely because you don't get a whole lot. Imagine this special with Beacon as a sub. Tornado. Imagine a tornado whirlwind of ink that allowed you and your mateys to gain serious altitude and evade enemies. If you've ever played Wind Waker before, imagine those little whirlwinds on the ocean that would spiral your little boat. Basically, these tornadoes will help you clear out space, drive the enemy out, and allow you and your buddies to have a little bit of fun in the air. So what do you think? Those are just some of the ideas I came up with. I know, they're not that amazing. Obviously, I think they're cool, but I don't really know how well they'd act as real specials, but one can dream. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed.